Sheriff's office, open the door now. If you don't open the door, we're going to write a warrant and kick your door in. Open the door now. Step out.
Why?
Step out now.
Why? Can I ask what is going on?
Put your hands behind your back now.
Can I call my mom?
Put your hands behind your back now.
Can I call my mom?
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay, can I call my mom first? I just want to know what's going on. I just want to know what's going on. Can I ask what's going on?
Yes, sir, you can. Give me just a second to make sure these handcuffs aren't too tight on you, and I will explain in detail.
I'm talking to him.
What's going on? I don't understand.
What's going on, sir, is that I've ordered you to stop 3 times and identified myself as the sheriff's deputy while you were walking away from me. Then you rush in your house and lock your door.
Well, I was listening to my music, so I didn't...
And when I tell you to step out, you're not doing it.
I was listening to my music. I didn't...
How do I know what you're doing?
You can listen to my headphones.
But I couldn't see that.
I have my head...
But I couldn't see that, right?
Mind your business.
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, you can stand and record all you want. But if you keep it up, you're going in handcuffs next. Now sit up.
What's going on? I don't understand.
You're being detained right now for failing to abide by my instructions to stop.
Well, I didn't...
It's very simple.
You can listen to my headphones. I'm not doing it.
I can see that through his hoodie. Nobody gives a fuck what you're recording.
Can I ask you why you...
I got a camera on my chest, too.
Can I ask why you wanted to stop me?
Yes, because you're wandering around in the middle of the road, which is a pedestrian violation.
I was checking my mail. My mailbox is in his yard. My mom asked me...
Sir, I literally watched you from over there. You walked across. You were on your cell phone. You never looked any direction. You were standing in the middle of the road.
Look.
I got out with you.
Can I just show you right quick?
Give me just a second. You're asking me all these questions, and I'm explaining them to you. Okay?
Okay.
So I get out with you right here. My car is literally a marked unit. You turn in front of me and walk towards your door. And I am screaming at you to stop.
My music was blasting.
Right, but I can't see that you had music on your head, right?
Yeah.
Because you had what on your head?
My hoodie.
Right. So when I go up there and I knock on the door, and I say, "Sheriff's office, come out," and you answer the door, and I say, "Step out of the car, step out of the house," and you're like, "Why? It's perfectly reasonable for me to believe that you're trying to run from me.
But I didn't.
And that you're not listening to what I'm saying to do.
I was, but I was wanting to know why before I stepped out of my house.
And what I will do is, sir, when you abide by my instructions, I will explain everything to you. But I don't know who you are. And I don't know why you're failing to abide by my instructions.
I didn't hear you.
Right, but I didn't know that.
And we're trying to...
So I have every reason to put my hands on you when you're not listening to what I'm telling you to do. Because I have a lawful reason to get out with you. Do you have any weapons on your person?
No.
194. Every unit can slow down. We're 10-4. Just go ahead and have a supervisor 51.
Can you loosen these up a little bit?
Of course I can. Go ahead and lean up against the front of my vehicle. My body camera's been on the entire time.
So if you want, I can go get my wallet.
Do what?
If you want, I can show you where my wallet is, so you can...
Is it in your pants, or is it inside the house?
Inside the house.
All right. What we're going to do is you're being detained right now. and I'm going to sit you down in my car. We're going to get your information, and we're going to go from there, okay?
Well, I can show you where my wallet is if you walk me over there.
Right, but you know your name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not going to be in any records.
Right, but do you have a Florida ID?
Learner's permit.
That's fine. What I'll do, sit you down. You'll tell me your first, last, middle name, and your date of birth, and I'll run you that way. That way we don't have to worry about you having to go get your wallet.
All right.
Just sit down. Thank you. Fucking yelling and fucking acting like a fucking moron. Oh, God.
What do you got?
Just resisting.
So is that the guy?
Yeah.
Undoubtedly?
Undoubtedly.
Okay, cool. So you have
He's alleging that, I had a pedestrian violation. He wandered out. I come around the corner. He's over here in the road. He said he was checking his mail. Fine, whatever. And he's standing in the middle of the road. He's on his phone. He turns. I'm parked here. He turns like that, facing me. He says he couldn't see me. And then he starts walking that way. And I go, Sheriff's Office, stop, stop, stop. Sheriff's Office, stop. And he's not.
Yeah, I heard you.
So I take off after him. He goes in the house, slams the door, and locks the door.
Okay, cool. He's over the age of 18.
Is he?
From what his brother's telling me.
Well, I'm trying to figure out exactly what. Then he opens the door, and I say, come out. And I say it like 2 or 3 times, and he was like, why? So I reached in, grabbed him, and yanked him out of the door.
Where's he at?
Right there in the back of my vehicle. He said he was listening to his music, and that's why he couldn't hear me. Well, he had a hood up, so I didn't have any earthly idea what he was doing. You know? So
What do you need then?
I just need a sergeant. They want to speak to a sergeant because apparently, you know,
And this is like parents or something?
neighbors, I guess. I have no earthly idea, and I don't really particularly care. I'm not getting a return on him for some reason. He says he's got a Florida DL or Florida learner's permit, but I'm not getting a return on it. I understand, but I don't want you to go inside your house. What I want you to do is just tell me your first, last, and middle name, and I would like to try to find it that way. You've done that, and unfortunately, I'm unable to find your information right this second. How old are you? You're 20 years old? So why is everybody wanting to holler about mama? You're a grown-ass man. That's fine, but you're still a grown adult, and your mom has nothing to do with the fact that you're being detained by law enforcement.
I heard some yelling, but I couldn't tell because it wasn't freaking.
You never even looked, dude. If you heard yelling, then why didn't you look over your shoulder and be like, oh, it's a cop? You see that, right?
Mind your business. Go back inside.
Hey!
I'm talking to him. Can you let me talk to him? I get it. Then go back inside. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? Because he resisted. That's good. Walk away. I can't get a hold of his mama because you keep yelling. I'm trying to get a hold of this kid's mom and you keep yelling and distracting me. Can I do my job? Good Lord. Yeah, we're having a bunch of people yell at us, whatnot. We got one detained, and we're trying to get a fix on it right now. But we got the neighbors keep screaming and holler at us. They're about to go in handcuffs. Yeah, because they won't shut the fuck up. Like, we were trying to figure out everything. I don't know. If you would. Alright, what do you got? So, is that the guy? Undoubtedly?
Undoubtedly.
Okay, cool. So, you had a pedestrian violation?
Yeah, I had a pedestrian violation. He wandered out. I come around the corner. He's over here in the road. He said he was checking his mail. Fine, whatever. And he's standing in the middle of the road. He's on his phone. He turns. I'm parked here. He turns like that, facing me. He says he couldn't see me. And then he starts walking that way. And I go, Sheriff's Office, stop, stop, stop. Sheriff's Office, stop. And he's not.
Yeah, I heard you.
So I take off after him. He goes in the house, slams the door, and locks the door.
Okay, cool. He's over the age of 18. From what his brother's telling me.
Who's in here with him?
Mom's on the phone with him. If you go talk to him. Huh?
Where's the dude at?
He's detained.
Oh, he's
detained.
Okay. Right.
So.
Where do y'all need me at? Y'all want me to stay over here with him?
Yeah, make sure they don't fucking interfere. What's up?
Statute. It is unlawful for a person after receiving a verbal warning not to approach from a person he or she knows or reasonably should know is a first responder who is engaged in the lawful performance of a legal duty to knowingly and willfully violate such warning and approach or remain within 25 feet of the first responder with the intent to impede or interfere, threaten the first responder with physical harm, or harass the first responder.
That's harassing.
Well,
I don't know if
did
it's
she come
25.
within the 25 feet though?
Fuck, I don't know.
How far did she come?
I'm on the front porch and I'm getting screamed at by her.
Did she walk over to you?
No. She stayed on that man's property.
I wouldn't say no.
So, if anything, it's
Because
obstruction.
it says, to knowingly and willfully violate such warning and approach or remain within 25 feet. So, did she start approaching you and you told her to get back or anything
No.
like that?
No.
Yeah, I would
Yeah, we don't meet that statute. Both of them. That dude right there and that girl. She always does it to us, dude. Every time.
Hello, ma'am. So, I've decided that I'm not going to arrest him. I think that this was a genuine mistake. I think that he was on his what are those things called? The headphones. He had his hood up. They weren't visible to me, and I think that they were just so loud because when I took him to the ground, I put him in handcuffs. Those earphones fell off onto the ground, and I mean they were blaring. They were loud as hell. But even the neighbors heard me hollering at him to stop. My coworkers on the phone with me were hearing me holler at him to stop, and I just don't think he could hear me.
I need to know why you were stopping him.
Sure. So when I come around that corner right there, he was standing in the middle of the road, right kind of in the lane of travel. He had his hood up, was staring down at his cell phone, and then he turned and he kind of did this, and he was wandering around in the road on his cell phone, and then he walked up back towards the house after I pulled up. He was in the roadway the entire time until I parked physically there. And then as soon as I parked, he turns and starts walking back up towards the house. But he's got his headphones on, he's got his hood up, he's not looking at the roadway in any way, he's got his head buried in his phone, he doesn't know. Even he admitted, I didn't know you were there. I was parked right there, man. Your mailbox is right there. I was parked right there. Your son did not physically see a law enforcement vehicle or hear a law enforcement officer screaming at him to stop because he had his headphones so loud and he was standing in the middle of the roadway. So my concern is that if he's that oblivious to what's going on around him, somebody's going to hit him with a car, or he's going to wander out in front of somebody and they're going to hit him with a car, and that's dangerous. So that's why I'm interacting with him. And then when he comes to the door, and again I'm saying, hey, look, sheriff's office, step out, step out, step out, and he's not. Well, that makes me nervous to think he's going to run from me again, or I didn't know what was going on. So he was pulled out of the house. He was taken to the ground. He was not injured. He was not struck. Did not hit him. Put him in handcuffs. Detained him. Got him over here. He explained the circumstances by what he was doing. He said that my mom was asking me to check the mail. I came out, checked the mail. I had the headphones on. The headphones, while they were laying on the hood of my car, I could hear them blaring, so they were extremely loud. And it was just one of those things where technically, I have charges, but I'm not going to take a 20-year-old kid to jail over a mistake. He wasn't being deliberately, he wasn't trying to run from me. Now that I know that, he wasn't disrespectful in any way, but it was just one of those circumstances. The neighbors say they have everything recorded. Everything that I did is recorded. So
basically, by definition, technically he could go to jail, but looking at it from kind of all angles, he probably didn't hear him, and that's why he didn't stop. But I just think, like he said, I don't think he needs to go to jail over something that he may or may not have even heard. So
in regards to the door having to be slammed, it is because I have crap-ass handymen.
It's okay.
Right, ma'am.
I need y'all to understand.
Okay, sure.
Did not slam the door in your face.
Okay.
That door will not go locked unless you slam the damn thing, and I can't get my realtor to get it fixed.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you what I think happened. I think that this was a perfect storm of events. I thought I had somebody that was trying to get away from me for some reason. I didn't know if they had a warrant or if they had drugs or a gun or what was going on. All I had was an individual in a hoodie not listening to my commands, and he walked up to the house before I could get to him, slammed the door, and locked it. Then I knock on the door while my backup's here. He comes to the door. It's the same person. He's not exiting the house like I'm asking him to. It makes me think like he's fixing to run from me again, slam the door on me, hurt himself, hurt me. So that's why I went hands on.
As I explained to whoever it was on the phone,
that would be me.
I've had an issue.
Yes, ma'am. And after you explained these circumstances to me, his behavior appeared more understandable. I was like, okay, well, he's got the earphones on. He's not hearing me. Mama's telling him to check the mail. Mama's telling him, hey, don't answer the door. Don't. We've had history with people pretending like they're the law enforcement. But, I think in credit to myself, I am in a fully marked police uniform, and I am driving a fully marked patrol vehicle. So, and I identified myself several times as the sheriff's office. So, I understand their circumstances, and that's why he's not going to jail. We are going to write a report on it. I'm going to detail, the body camera is going to be linked to the case. Everything that I've done is going to be linked to the case. But we want you to understand that we're not taking your son to jail. We think it was a genuine mistake and kind of perfect storm of events. So, I don't feel, and that's my sergeant if you feel like I've done something wrong. I don't feel like I've necessarily done anything wrong, but I will apologize for the confusion of everything. And
so you didn't stop him because he had a hood on in the middle of this weather. You stopped him because he's in the middle of the road.
Yes, ma'am. I don't care what he wears in the middle of.
It's just when we were on the phone, you kept referring to he's wearing a hoodie with the hood up.
Yeah, he's got a hood up. I can't see. I can't see who it is. I can't see.
Profiling him, or y'all are looking for someone that matches this.
By legal definition, that's a violation of the statute. If you have a violation of the statute, gives us lawful authority to engage with you and detain you for that interaction. Even when you get stopped in the car for speeding, you're detained. You're not free to leave.
When
I guess to clear that side of it, you have a consensual encounter. Let's say someone is walking down the road properly, and we go to get out with that person, and they don't want to talk to us. Legally, we cannot stop them. But if we have a violation, a pedestrian violation, like he's explaining, and we tell that person to stop, by law they have to stop. If they refuse to stop, now that's resisting the violation.
When I come around the corner, I saw your son standing in the middle of the road. He was standing in the lane of travel with his head. It looked like his head was in his phone. His hood was up. I couldn't see anything other than it looked like he had long hair, and his face was in his phone like that. And he was standing in the lane of travel.
No, it's probably when he texted me that there's nothing as usual, because I got the text message to prove that I asked him to check the mail. He had messaged me that he had just got home. I said, did you check the mail? He says, nothing as usual. I did the laughing emoji, and then I'm being called by my kid crying.
Well, I'm telling you, had he heard me and he would have stopped, this would have been, hey, man, just be careful standing in the middle of the road. You're going to get run over, blah, blah, blah. And I would have driven down the road, and that would have been all of that. But when he didn't stop, and he's walking up, and I can't see anything other than a hooded figure walking away from me towards his house, I'm getting all kinds of crazy nervous because I don't know what the hell is going on. Why isn't this person even acknowledging that I'm here? Well, it just turned out he had his headphones on. It was very loud.
I'll make sure he stops putting both ears.
Well, it's one of those things, because if he couldn't hear me standing there and hollering at him, and he couldn't see my patrol vehicle, I'd be careful wandering out on the road like that.
People probably fly down this.
Oh my God! I mean, maybe. I mean, I believe they do. I've been working the area for 3 years, and I've seen all kinds of craziness happen here. But you know,
well, everything will be documented on our end. Okay.
Do you have any questions, ma'am? Or anything?
Do y'all have the paperwork for me?
For
y'all were y'all not writing?
Oh, we are going to write a report. Would you like a copy of the case number?
Please.
No problem at all. Give me just a second. $194. Send me a case number, please. I'll get it off the cab. Here is your case number, ma'am. That is my name, my unit number. Your son is not in any way injured. But
does he have his wallet now?
Yes, ma'am. He does have his wallet. He has his headphones. He has all of his property that he had. Your neighbors, I don't know if they're.
They just know I don't work in town, so they keep an eye out on my kids for me.
Well, and I don't doubt that at all, and I don't blame them for that at all. But I've explained to you in great detail why I did what I did. I understand if you're upset with me about that. I understand if he's upset with me about that. But I mean, I don't know what I don't know, ma'am. Okay, and when I'll
have a talk with him so that this won't happen again.
Well, I appreciate that, ma'am, and. What we'll do is now that I know, he kind of wanders around with his headphones on, then that'll be something that we look out for in the future. That way, if he doesn't respond, then it's not immediately, he's not responding to me. Well, he may just have his headphones on.
He's ADHD and on a low spectrum of autistic. That's why he does what he does with the music.
Are you in the SAFE? Are you in the SAFE program?
What now?
So we have the SAFE program here in Santa Rosa County. What it'll allow us to do is, if you sign up for the SAFE program, you can put a sticker on your home. You don't have to. You can put a sticker on your car. You don't have to. But when deputies respond or interacting with this residence, your children in any way will know that, hey, this child is in the SAFE program. It could be for being deaf, being blind, being autistic, having any sort of any of those disabilities. What it'll do is it'll flag this address to deputies that respond or interact with any of you. Hey, this is what we're dealing with. So if I call out, hey, I'm out at 6566 Julia, then our dispatchers are going to say, hey, just so you know, this house is registered as a SAFE program. There is a 20-year-old male lives here that is high-functioning autistic or on the spectrum for autism. This is his triggers, what he doesn't like. This is what he's best likely to respond to. So you can put in there that your son listens to music on his headphones a lot, and then that'll help us know that, hey, this is why he may not respond to you, because he's listening to his music, and he likes to wear his hood up or whatever, and you can't see his headphones or whatever. So that's something that you can do through the sheriff's office. Something that is now statewide. It was started here in Santa Rosa County. And it allows deputies to kind of know who we're interacting with and what their disabilities might be. That way we're able to interact with them a little bit better.
All right, thank you.
All righty, ma'am. I genuinely apologize for this mistake or this mix-up. I'm not a violent person by any stretch of the imagination. I've never had any complaints on me, but, it's just one of those things where I thought I had somebody trying to get away from me. Alrighty, ma'am. I hope you have a better rest of your day. I'm sorry for the mix-up.
Yes, sir.